Hi Corel fans, this is a continuation of the previous lessons, drawing of simple objects. Today we are looking at selecting and transforming objects. I hope you have an interesting time with me, your instructor Charles Kuma Inti. Let's go to the Corel platform as we look at that. Now, let's go to selecting and transforming objects. Now in CorelDraw, anything you draw here is known as objects. So today, we are going to select and transform these objects that we see. In terms of selection, all that you have to do is you can select an object by clicking on the object like this. As I did say the other time, when you select an object like this, you will see these 8 nodes or boxes, small black boxes surrounding it, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with a center of rotation or something like a multiplication sign at the middle. This shows the center. If you want to rotate an object, this shows the center of the object. It's an indicator of the center, right? Now, when you are done, you can also select by what we call marquee. Marquee is by dragging with your pick tool. Remember, the pointer here is what we call the pick tool. So if you want to select this object, you can also drag across it. So you start from here, an empty space like this, and then drag across to cover the whole of the object. If you cover even up to the tip of this object, you wouldn't select. So you need to drag to cover the whole of the object. So the object is within, either you can call it a rectangle or a square or so, like a running ants, like box, blue box, surrounding the object. When it covers it totally, that is where it selects. So you can see that the boxes are surrounding it nicely. If you want to select this one too, make sure it doesn't touch this one, because when it touches it, it will move it. Have you seen that? Now we don't want it to touch it. So all that we do is we select to cover the object. It has been selected. So anything you apply to this, it will work. If you want to select this one too, same thing. If you want to select, that is what we call selection by marquee, right? Now, if you want to select 2 objects by same marquee, you need to make sure that it covers the 2 objects that you are selecting, like this and that. It covers it. Have you seen that? Now, if you want to know that these 2 objects are the ones selected, look at the small transparent node at the end here. These ones. It goes to show you that these 2 are all what? Selected. Now, you can also select more than an object by selecting one object, holding onto your shift key. So you click on the object like this, and it selects it, and then you come to the next one, hold on to your shift key right on your keyboard, let your hand be placed on it, and click the next one on the line, and it select both. So you can see this one and that's selected. If you want to select a third one, you can still hold on to your shift key, click on it like this, and it selects it. Now, if you don't take care, you might think this one is also selected because of the 8 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But how do you determine whether this has been selected or not? Just look at these indicators. You see there's a small box here. Let me circle them for you to see it well. So this small box here, right? Another small box here. So if you want to see another small box here, the node, the transparent node. Have you seen that? This goes to tell you that this is selected. Now check here. You can see that on this line there is nothing there. You check, there's nothing there. So the fact that there's 8 boxes, right? These 8 boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 have surrounded all these 4 boxes. Doesn't mean that they've all been selected. If you want to know, you can see these ones. they go to tell you that they've been what? Selected. That's how it is, right? So if I should move it, you see that the 3 will move away from this one. Have you seen that? Good. Now, you can also select all these objects, assuming you want to select all the objects on it, on this platform. All that you can do is let's go to Control A, right? Shortcut, the hotkey is what? Or the shortcut key is what? Control, then click A. You see that all. So look at the nodes on each one node. Look at it, all has the node. Or you can go to your edit tool and say select all, right? You have object there. If you had text in there or guidelines in there, then you can select it, but we are talking about object. I've been telling you that when you draw an object here, that is what we refer to. Anything you draw here, that is what we refer to as object in CorelDraw. So you click on objects and everything on there is what? Selected. It's as simple as that. Are you getting it? Good. Now I told you that we'll be doing what we call transforming objects, right? What is transformation of objects? Basically, it has to do with you scaling the object or skewing the object, or you can rotate the object, or you can transform the object using the toolbar, right? So let's transform it. Let's do some form of transform. Now, if you want to transform by skewing, all that you have to do is you select your object. Let's say we are using the square. I select it like this. I click on it again like this. When you click on it, now this arrow you see here, right? This arrow you see here with curve, that's double arrowheads here, there. The 4 that you see indicates rotational sign, right? And this circle is the center of rotation, where you would want to revolve the object around, right? Now, if you look at this one here, these ones here too, those are the skewing indicators. Are you getting it? So these 4 here are the skewing indicators, whilst these ones 1, 2, 3, 4 are the rotational indicators, right? And so, as I did say, in terms of transforming objects, you can rotate object, you can skew object, you can scale, that is to make it big or small, and you can also skew. I've already talked about skew. So how do we skew object? So this is the object. The moment you put your pointer on it, you see that there is an indicator to show that whether you want to go to right or you want to go to your left hand side. So if I want to skew to my right, I click and skew here. And have you seen that the shape has changed? Have you seen that? If I want to go to my left hand side, yes, and you can still skew it there, right? I can also come here, skew it to the top like this, or let me start from click here, hold on to it. Remember, you click, hold, and drag. That is what we call skew. It means you are shifting the object itself from its original position, but it will distort the object, right? Good, as you can see. So you click and then you want to skew. Look at it, you are skewing. You click and then click again. Remember, you click 1, click 2, and then these indicators will come and then you skew. It gives you that opportunity to skew. So you click 1, it selects 2, then it gives you that opportunity to what? Skew, right? Good. Now, if you want to rotate, what you need to do, so now you know how to skew as part of the transformation of objects. Now if you want to rotate, how do you rotate? You click on this object. You can do it to any of these objects. Click on it again. Now remember, this is the center of rotation. This circle here is the center of rotation. And so if you hold one ear of the sign here and you click and drag round, you see that it will be rotating. I hope you can see that. If you leave it, then it remains there, right? So depending on where you want to rotate it to. But remember, the center of rotation, you can change it so that you say you want it to rotate or revolve around here. So I leave it here. I want it to revolve around this area. Have you seen that? So I want it to revolve. Have you seen that? So it is revolving around here. Now, not here, the middle here again, the side here. So any place you would want it to be, you can put it here and say you want it to rotate. Have you seen that? It's revolving around it because that's the focal point for the rotation, right? That's the center of rotation. So you see it. So anytime you can do same to this one, you click and then click again. You change the rotation point and then have you seen that? It is revolving around that point. So click on it. Make sure you click again. Make sure you hold on to the sign here. Then it rotates. The moment you hold on to it, you see that the rotational icon is there for you to see. Have you seen? I'm holding on to it and then dragging across the screen round like this. Have you seen that? So nice, right? Okay, so we've done skewing, we've done rotation. Another thing, you can move the object. That one we've been doing. You click on the object, you can say you move from one point to the other like this. That's another way of transforming. So I'm moving this object from this point to that point. Very simple. So you just drag, you click, hold, you click like this, hold and drag and leave it. Click, hold, drag and leave it. Simple, right? So now we need to scale, whether we scale it up or we scale it down. So you can scale any of these objects. So for instance, this object, I want it to be that big, right? So all that I will do is I'll come and hold any of these points and drag it out like this. Now when you hold one side like that and drag it out, you see an indication. Now my screen is becoming messy. So let me reduce the number of shapes here. Let me put these ones here so that we have a clearer view. Good. Now when you drag from this point, look at it. You see that one side is being dragged, right, to increase it. Good. When you drag it from this point to look at it, means the other side, it is being distorted, right? If you can drag it from any of the sides to increase it, depending on how you want it. If you drag it from this side, it means the top. So it has distorted. Now, if you want it to maintain the whole size, what you need to do without distorting any of the side, what you need, this is applicable to any of the shapes. What you need to do is to click at one corner like this, hold on to shift. The moment you hold on to shift, you see that there is a cross beneath it, the cross icon, meaning that the whole size, right, will be affected. So you click and drag out, right? Have you seen that? Drag out, it becomes big. It means the whole size, it is not going to affect only one side, the whole side. You hold on to shift, you drag in to reduce the size. Have you seen that? And these are what we call transforming objects. So from one stage to the other. So we transform this from a perfect square. Now you can see how it has turned into this one too, from its shape, right? We increase the size, or you can decrease the size by what we call scaling it up or downwards. And this one too, we can move it from one point to the other. It means it is changing by virtue of what? Its position. So you can see that here, nicely done. So now we've been able to transform the object by moving the object from one point to the other, and also resizing object by increasing or decreasing the size of the object, right? And also we skewed it by altering the shape. Are you getting that? Good. And so we've been able, and also we rotated the object. Now these are what we call transforming objects, basically. In our next lesson, we'll be doing something about organizing the object. These objects that we've drawn here, next time we are going to organize it nicely. How do we do that? In our next lesson, that is what we are going to do. Thank you very much for sticking and staying with this channel, your CorelDraw class. Once again, I would want you all to subscribe to this channel as we journey into designing something nice. But remember, we are going to create a fabric design, especially African fabric design. So just keep your fingers crossed as we go through the whole process and this Corel journey. Thank you very much. Okay, Corel fans, thank you very much for joining this channel. Click on the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that anytime I upload videos here, you get the opportunity to be the first person to have a glimpse of what I have for you. Have a wonderful time.